Alright guys, welcome to No Man's Sky. This is SurvivalBob, and we are in a brand new No Man's Sky gameplay series in normal mode, and we are playing No Man's Sky Prisms. Or Prism. Is it Prism? I don't know. I think there's only one Prism. There may be two. I'm not sure. But I haven't done a new playthrough in quite some time since Origins released, and I wanted to do a normal mode playthrough. I love the visual updates on this. It's inspired me to give it another run in normal mode. And let's jump into it, guys. So what I'll be doing is it'll be a playthrough. There will be some tutorial aspect, but this is not 100% tutorial. So I will not tell you how to do everything just because I'm not in that mode of thought right now. Now, we are on a shitty planet to start with, which sucks. But there happens to be a cave right here. So I'm going to run for the cave first. Now, I will tell you this. In normal mode, you don't have to... I don't need to do this. Let me just show you. You don't have to do this. What up, animal? In normal mode, it's so simple. You're not going to die. It takes a long time, and your health goes down super slow, even though you've lost hazard protection. So let's just go ahead and grab the ferrite dust. I won't hide in a cave. I've been playing permadeath and survival for so long, I'm used to just running for a cave. So we could go in there and charge up our hazmat, but let's not do that, okay? I'm looking for 75 ferrite dust to get started. And I don't know if I have it or not. Let's see. 75. Check. Alright, so first thing you do, you just fix your scanner. Then you follow the thing, and it won't let you really move on without it, so then you scan. We're going to actually go get our starter ship, too, for a change. If you've been watching SurvivalBob for some time, you know that I've been skipping the starter ship to give myself more of a challenge, but, again, this is normal mode, so it's not super difficult. If you've been playing for a while, your first time through, my first time through, I died. Rip, Bob. But yeah, there's a lot of tricks that you can use to get what you need. Pretty easy. And this planet seems to be hooking Bob up. Now, this is dihydrogen. You're going to certainly need dihydrogen. The main elements you need getting started are ferrite dust, sodium, oxygen, dihydrogen. That will get you going. And you're going to use those for making components and for recharging your hazard protection. So, we've got, ooh, these little blue flowers. These are fun. These help your boost. If you're in normal mode, knock yourself out. If you're not in normal mode, you may want to think about it. Because the fall hurts when you run out. You got to watch for that jet power fading and make sure you've got some left. Now, I'm going to follow the tutorial on this, but I may skip ahead in some parts, and I'll try to remember to tell you guys that. If you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to answer them. If you want faster help than waiting on Bob to try to reply or somebody else in the comments section, then check out my Discord. I've got a No Man's Sky Discord. The link is in the description at the very bottom. Check that out. We've got over 5,000 members in there. Super helpful. We have specific No Man's Sky channels, so don't just jump into general and ask questions. But go into No Man's Sky Help or the No Man's Sky General section. Lots of helpful people in there. Great community. Alright, so here is our ship. Now, as I followed this, the markers have appeared. So if you're wondering what's going on, that's what's going on. I kind of know I'm following those. Actually, this goes here. And then we'll put the life support here. Now, if you don't know this, you can move your technology items into the technology tab. It's the only thing that goes here. Cargo item is going to give you more space over here. On some items, it's more useful in survival and permadeath where stack sizes are limited to 250. In normal mode, those stack sizes are damn near 10,000, 9,999. So I'll probably say 10,000 because it's quicker to say. But you know what I mean, right? All right, so this is a cave. And that's not a cave. That's a fake cave. But there was a cave over there. Weapon charges depleted. Make sure you've gathered some carbon. I'm going to use condensed carbon to charge. There we go. Condensed carbon is more efficient than regular carbon at charging. So it takes 100 carbon. You can refine that down with the refiner to 50 condensed carbon. So 100 carbon equals 50 condensed carbon in a refiner. But it only takes 34, 33, something like that. condensed carbon to charge versus 100 carbon to charge. So that was a lot of math. It's still early for me. I'm drinking coffee, so if I butchered that, forgive me. All right, so we're going to garble up all this stuff. Now, if you're freaking out, run to your ship and jump in and... Oh, shit. Oh. Sandworm. Oh! Look at that! I love it. I love it. All right, so let's hop in here. Hopping in your ship will recharge your hazard protection for free. So you definitely want to do that. And once you jump in your ship, we will start getting messages. Iteration number, whatever. Online. Atlas connection. Intermittent. Launch thrusters. Offline. Pulse engine. Offline. I find myself alone on a strange world, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of a before. But the ship at least seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least to that of my exosuit. I am not dead yet, and this ship is a lifeline out to the stars. Alright, so it gives you a choice to read the log or connect the exosuit. It's a loop. It's going to bring you back to connect the exosuit, so I'm just going to go to that. Log unavailable, substituting data. I wonder where the data comes from it's substituting. Exosuit connected. Suggestion, pilot should perform maintenance. Select desired repair path. Well, since there's only one path, let's try repairing the ship. How about that? Self-guided repair protocol initiated. Pulse engine critically damaged. We need a hermetic seal and a metal plating. This is a blueprint for the pulse engine repair. And so that is what it will send us on now. System is highly damaged, requires metal plating and hermetic seal. So, we can hit tab on PC and come into this menu. You got your exosuit, which we were just looking at. It has the general technology cargo. Starship also has general and technology, no cargo. And you can move the repaired items into the technology slots as well. These are empty spots that don't have room, but could possibly have room if you filled them with storage augmentation to increase the amount of available space in your ship. Same with the technology. So everybody starts with the same ship, Radiant, Pillar, BC-1, and same resources, okay? So we got to fix these two things to get off this rock and start our journey through No Man's Sky. Launch thrusters are critically damaged. Press E to escape. Now, as you go through this generation, it's not going to start charging your suit until after you've done it. So you got to kind of wait a second. So you could jump right back out really quick and not have a full suit charge. Again, not as important on normal mode, but in survival and permadeath, you definitely want to wait. Doesn't this look great? Look at that. I've got a little shine to my suit because I'm still wet from the rain. I dig this area. Alright, so let's continue to loot up these boxes. Now, the rusted metal we're going to grab. I'm going to throw that in my starship. We'll use that later. You can refine that in the personal refiner, which we'll get here in a minute. Refine that into ferrite dust. Now, these containers use the Atlas Pass, okay? Used to be, up until yesterday, the only way to get an Atlas Pass was to break into a Sentinel facility and, or a manufacturing facility, excuse me, break into a manufacturing facility and then guess this puzzle and use that to create an Atlas Pass. But they have added it to the anomaly now, so as soon as we get to the anomaly, we can build an Atlas Pass. Let's check this damaged machinery. There's going to be some living slime in here. Living slime I'm going to keep because that will refine into nanites in 2 steps. I'm kind of lazy, so I don't keep anything other than living slime because it's 2 to 3 steps to get there. So I'm going to throw that in my starship as well because it's right here. If you're close enough to your ship, you can throw it in there. Ooh, wow. I got an S-Class module upgrade. Right there. And it wants me to install it. If I escape on PC, it's going to show me my log. So we've got Awakening, Repair Starship, and Multi-Tool Systems. Investigate and Repair Starship Damage. Okay. I thought it was giving me the stick the S-Class thing in there. What does it want? What are you telling me to do? I can't do anything here. Whatever. Alright, so I'm going to keep this thing. I'm not going to install it because it's underwater protection and I don't really need it. So I'm going to throw that in my ship as well. And I will trade that in the space station for nanites once I get there. Okay, so we've checked all the stuff. Here is the distress beacon. Let's listen to what it has to say. Scenario iteration deleted. Boundary separation failure likely. Vessel 16 emptied. Cause Sentinel intervention. Deliberate transfer. Analysis. Fresh iteration generated. Anomaly containment prepared. So we can broadcast or leave. Let's go ahead and broadcast. Broadcast received. Traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant. Position logged. System integrity scan initialized. So I am a compliant anomaly on this playthrough anyway. Not always compliant, gotta say. It's not really my thing. Alright, so if you look in the bottom right, it's giving you directions, okay? It's got Starship Restoration Sequence initialized, craft metal plating to repair the pulse engine. So we need 50 ferrite dust, and it says we have 50 of 50, so we can go ahead and make the metal plating. You're just going to go here, hit metal plating, and if you don't have it, just go get some more ferrite dust. Ferrite dust is found in rocks. So we'll stick that there. That is halfway done. We need a hermetic seal, which it will send us on the quest to get that and gather it, to do all those things, to get it next. All right, that's what we're going to do next. Has the top of my helmet always been this shiny silver, or is that new? I feel like that's new. I haven't been in this outfit in so long. Let me know in the comments. Has it always been a shiny silver like that? Maybe it wasn't that shiny. I don't know. It looks different for me. It's kind of cool. All right, Starship can play or repeat. Board Starship. And it's going to tell you some stuff. Iteration. Functional. Starship critically damaged. Vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Request assistance. Recommendation. Iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage planetary chart from distress beacon. Alright, so you see our next step is to repair the pulse engine. And then you can see below, you might want to look ahead, repair launch thrusters with dihydrogen jelly, and repair launch thrusters with pure ferrite. So we're going to need to continue to gather dihydrogen to make the jelly, and ferrite to turn into pure ferrite. And we'll use the refiner for that. We already have the recipe for that, so if you want to jump ahead and build a refiner, you can. You just come into the, you go into the build menu, which is Z on a keyboard, and you need 1 metal plate and 30 oxygen. Now you see I have 0 oxygen. So we definitely need to be on the lookout for the oxygen, not only to breathe, but to make the metal plating. So I hit the scan button, and I see that there's some right here. Now there's always at least 4 by your ship. You just have to find them. They leave those here for you so that you can make the required repairs. And you see I've got 84, so I've got enough to do the things I need. Now, let's see here. I go ahead, I'm going to grab this distress beacon. I peer inside the beacon's housing as well as its distress broadcast unit. It contains a planetary chart. So let's take the chart. It sticks that in our inventory. Come here, take a look. It's blinking, telling us, please pay attention to me. Where did I get 2 cobalt? Interesting. And so here's what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going to deviate a little bit, just because I want to save a little bit of time. So I've got plenty of ferrite, so I'm going to make a metal plating. I'm going to go ahead and drop my refiner down now, even though it hasn't told me to yet, because I want stuff to be refining while I go on my next little journey. So let's see. How am I doing on resources, actually? All right, let's move stuff around. I like to have carbon here. Oxygen, and then condensed, and then ferrite, dihydrogen. This is kind of my setup. I don't have any sodium, but I'm not really sweating that because I'll be able to get some soon. Alright. I'm going to need carbon to try. Man, look at the stars. So much better now. So much better. Alright. So let's go ahead and charge this. I'm going to use condensed carbon again. And I will turn this rusted metal. 1 rusted metal is going to give you 2 ferrite dust, and it's going to take 50 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and start that now, and then I'm going to scan for resources, see what we got. Now, I don't do this on normal mode, but I'll show you guys how to do it just in case you want to do it or you're playing on a different mode. If you go into a cave, which caves are on every planet that you're going to start on, and most planets in the game. There's very few that I've been in that's hard to find a cave. So you go and you get the cobalt. Cobalt is going to be one of the resources that you need to make a battery. And the batteries will charge you just like the sodium does. And you can keep them on you. And the way to make a battery is with cobalt, I believe, and ferrite dust. I'll have to double check. Now, when you're mining, you want to watch your beam, and you want to tap it once you get close to 100%, so you don't overheat. Oh, that's carbon. I want cobalt. I'll come back to the carbon in a second. So let's go ahead and scarf up some cobalt. Paying attention to my beam, and my charge has been depleted. So you get a geode, you can pop that geode and it'll give you more. So we got 238 cobalt, just like that. That's worth a total of 47,000 units if we get paid 198 units each, which we never quite get that. It's always less. It's usually less anyway. It could be more. But so we got the cobalt. Now, if we come in here, we can go to our crafting menu, and here's all the things we already know how to craft, which is just this. So let's go ahead and craft an ion battery, which is only 10 cobalt and 5 ferrite dust. They're super cheap to make early game, but they're even cheaper to buy once you get to a trade terminal, because if you pay attention, 10 cobalt is almost 2,000 units of value, plus another, I'm not even going to count the ferrite dust, and these are usually like 100 units or so to buy. So definitely cheap to buy these, but I'm going to go ahead and build a couple while I can. Now, the other thing that you can make early game, which, again, I don't generally do in normal mode, but since I'm kind of teaching in this one, I will, is you can make life support gel. And the way you make that is with 20 carbon and 1 jelly. Dihydrogen jelly, we have a recipe here. It is 40. So we've got a dihydrogen jelly, and then we've got 20 carbon, so we can make a life support gel. So now we don't have to worry about running out of resources. Cool, huh? While we were doing that, this was cooking, so we're going to run back over here, grab our ferrite dust, stick it in there. Now we got a bunch of ferrite dust. We'll go ahead and start refining this living slime, because that takes a while too. So we'll get that moving. And while we're doing that, we need to charge our mining beam. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, we don't have an analysis visor yet, so we can't scan that for additional resources. We could go ahead and build it now if we want to, because we do have the recipe. It's going to tell us to do it in just a second, and I'm going to wait for it to tell us, just for the people who are following along for the first time. But if you know how to do that, go ahead and make it as soon as you can, because once you scan the things where it says analyze underneath the carbon, you see there? That's a secondary resource, and you can't get the secondary resource until you analyze it. Now, I'm not sweating the secondary resource, because I'm sure it's not great on a planet like this. It's probably ammonia or something. And I don't really need it. I would just sell it. So let me just scarf up some carbon, so I'm not without. Now, if for some reason you run out of mining beam and you don't have any carbon, you can run up to something that is carbon, and then just hit melee. And you see that? You're gonna get some carbon. You actually do decent damage. So you see my carbon going up. So you're not going to be without if you run out of resources. They make it really hard to get stuck in this game if you know what you're doing. Problem is, they don't always make it easy to know what you're doing. So that's what I'm here for. All right? I'm going to grab a little more cobalt, because we're going to make some money later on. I haven't decided if I'm going to do the cobalt method or not. I'll show you. I'll tell you what that is, and you can decide on your own how you want to make money. I'll show you 3 or 4 different ways to do it. And I do have a beginner's guide. If this series isn't moving fast enough for you, you may want to check out the beginner's guide. It'll go through it a lot quicker. But this is more, like I said, a standard playthrough. All right, so let's grab... Should have been 50 seconds by now. Yep. So the slime turns into runaway mold. Put the mold in here, and then that's going to turn into nanite clusters. Everybody just calls these nanites, but they're nanite cluster. And we'll get 5 of those. Will turn into 1 nanite. Nanites are a currency we will use to purchase upgrades. And let's wait for our hazard protection to jump in. So you see that little green line at the bottom left. It is increasing. And basically what it's doing now is it's waiting for us to do the map. So let's go ahead. Our storage is looking good. This is a time when you could go ahead and throw stuff in your ship if you want to. So we're going to pop the map. Looks like there's something right behind us. What is that? I think it's a ruin. We'll see. All right. All right, so we have a new marker over here, decoded coordinates, and we're going to start running that way. Because as soon as you do that map, a timer is going to start in the game, which is going to generate, or it's going to cause a storm. And that's to really teach you about hazard protection. The storm is going to come about halfway there, so we're going to run. Now, again, in normal mode, you don't really have to sweat it, because even if you lose your toxic protection, you're going to be able to find resources, right? So we're going to look for things along the way. We use our scanner to highlight these things. And then don't forget we need dihydrogen, so these crystals, scarf these up wherever you can. Now you have a chance on these to get a storm crystal. It's rare, but it happens. And what you'll see is you'll get a geode-looking crystal, or you'll get a special crystal. I don't know what it's called. It may be a geode. I don't know. And occasionally when you pop that, you'll get a storm crystal. Usually you're just going to get more dihydrogen. Alright, so I'm pretty good on ferrite dust, so I'm not going to work it. Guys, and if you're wondering how I'm doing this this kind of jump thing, what I'm doing is I'm hitting the melee key, and then immediately hitting the boost. I just saw oxygen there I wanted to get. So it's called a punch jump, or a boost jump. And then I'm running with a keyboard, it's the shift key. I think you press in on stick on console anyway, at least on Xbox. I played on Xbox, I started on Xbox and now I moved to PC. You see the storm's coming now. My screen's getting all crapped up by the storm. And my hazard protection, you see the 3 arrows, that means it's going down faster. Ooh, this is a storm. Is that a storm? No, that's not a storm crystal. It's just freaking shiny because of the new graphic updates on the Prism update. Really, really cool. Now, I am running this on higher settings, on Ultra. I have a 2080 Super RTX 2080 Super graphics card, and I am running the DLSS on it. I'm going to put that in high capacity. High capacity is cargo. I don't know why they call it different things, but they do. So there you go. Let's grab some more sodium. All right, let's get moving. See, now these crystals I'm not going to be able to get because... oh, can I? No, that's the carbon. That thing I'm not going to be able to get because it requires an advanced mining beam. Okay, so let's go. See, I haven't used my sodium yet. I'm going to try to avoid it. Oh, shit. Okay, made it. That could have been bad. See? Smack myself. Now, that would have killed me in permadeath. But we ain't in permadeath. It's all good, so I can jump around and do dumb stuff. Ooh, I made it. I made it. And I'm going to stand out here and take a hit just so you can see. Alright. It's gone. So, see that? It reduced all the way. And now I've got time before it does it again. So, don't freak out, okay? You've still got time. And once you run in here, then your hazard protection is going to increase. Let me get out of there. There you go. Hazard protection is going to increase. And then once a period of time goes by with your hazard protection full and you're not taking any more damage, then your shield in the top left is going to go up. Now those 3 pluses there are your health. Once you start losing those, once you lose all 3 of them, you die. You see there, now my shield is charging. So you got hazard protection and shield, and then health. Okay? The 3 pluses are your health. If those start going down, those are not going to replenish on their own. You have to eat or find a health box to recharge those. And you can eat meat from any animal that you shoot or kill. It will restore your health if you happen to lose that. So this is where it's sending us. This is a hollow archive. Accessing archive 6 of 7's logs corrupted. Entry follows no one. Making this recording in case. Leaving behind. In the fabricator. Might be of some use. Visor damaged. Can't find ship. Recover supplies or leave. We're here to recover supplies, so let's do that. The log finishes and the machine whirs to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal. I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. Probably so. You know what? In all the times I've played this, I've never left a hermetic seal for somebody to find, though. So, kudos to whoever did this. Alright, so these are, I call these trailers. These are like the No Man's Sky trailers. And we got 2 little units here. Come in this one, check it out. Man, there is nothing in this. This sucks. Usually there's something to grab. All right, so now that we've got that done, the storm has passed. Okay, if it hasn't, wait inside until it has. Don't come out. And now it wants us, if you look in the bottom right, it wants us to repair our analysis visor. See, it's not telling us where our ship is, okay? And this is where I think a lot of people who lose their ship. Well, not a lot of people lose their ship, but some people lose their ship. And if you do, this is probably the reason. You haven't fixed your visor. Once you fix it, it's going to show up on your HUD. So if you go to F, see analysis visor required. Yep. And in order to do that, we need to make a carbon nanotube. Now, you can go here to hit install. E. No, okay, so it's over on mining. I don't know why it's there, but if you click here on all, it's going to show you all. So these are the things we know how to make already that we can go ahead and put in here if we want to, okay? I'm just going to build the analysis visor for now, and it tells me I need a carbon nanotube. So we come back over here. You cannot build items in here. You have to or craft items in here. So you have to go back to your exosuit or your ship, which our ship is too far away. So we go to exosuit, and we go to craft carbon nanotube, which is 50 carbon. I've got 465, so I am golden there. See, there's the hermetic seal we gathered. Now, I just noticed this, guys. Let me know. This has got a little diamond here on exosuit. And I don't know why that is. I haven't seen that before. This may be new. And then it's got a thing to cargo as well. I don't know why there's a diamond there. Is that the last thing we used? Okay, it went away. Oh, I think that's telling me there's something new in there. Because I just put the slime directly in there without opening the tab. And then the exosuit had the hermetic seal in there. And I hadn't opened the tab yet. That's my guess anyway. Let me know what you think. Okay, I can't access my starship because it's out of range. But if I come over to the multi-tool, I can stick that in there. And then there's a carbon nanotube. Bam, it's fixed. Oh, we missed a sun transition. Oh, but the rain is coming down, and the rain effects are great. So now we got to analyze objects with the visor. So if you've already scanned everything before you've gotten over here, you're going to be kind of stuck because it's not gonna move you along until you scan something. So find something to scan, and you just hold down the key, the F key on keyboard, to open your visor, and then you left click to scan. So it'll tell you the keys that you want to use in the bottom right. So we scan that, and we can see it's got carbon and fungal mold. So that's the secondary resource. Now it's going to show up when we look at that. So we will get fungal mold along with the carbon as we mine it. Now we won't get near as much. Again, it's secondary. So as I mine this up, I get carbon. You see it's in the top right. And then at the very end, I'll get a little bit of fungal mold probably. Or, yeah, 4. So secondary resources, you don't get a ton. But hey, waste not, want not, right? So you can scan stuff along the way back, and you're also going to get a few units for doing it. So you see there I got 500 units. And you can also scan the animals. See the little red dots mean they haven't been scanned yet. So I got 1,000 for that guy. So you can collect some money by scanning some stuff. See now, okay, even though that must be the baby one, and this is the bigger one. So I can offer to feed them with creature pellets, but I don't think I know creature pellets yet. Right? No, I don't. But I did learn hermetic seal, so now I have 9 craftable products. Yeah, I think that diamonds means there's something new in there, because I had gathered up that fungal mold and carbon, and I hadn't looked in there, and then the diamond went away once I looked at that. That's my guess. Alright, now this is a little whippy plant. This will hurt you. If you look through the analysis visor, you can see the little exclamation point. That is a hazardous flora. So be careful. It's not going to really hurt you. It kind of feels like it does. See? But look, it doesn't really do much damage. But if you shoot it, you will get oxygen from it. There are 3 different types of hazardous flora from what I remember. You got those. You got these little explodey plants that look like they're throwing up into the air. That have little red pods around them. I'm not seeing any of those. But if you see those plants, you can grab the little red pods off of them for additional oxygen. So what I do to those is I run up and I grab the 3 oxygen pods off of them, and then I shoot them, and you can get a bunch of oxygen that way. These red crystals are condensed carbon, so we're going to grab those as well. Scanning stuff as we run back. Hey, buddy. Why are you coming at me? Why are you coming at me? Alright, so if you see a paw print above their head, that means they're aggroed on you. This guy is not aggroed on me. So you just coming to check out Bob? Alright, we cool? We cool? I don't think they're supposed to have hostile creatures on the first planet anymore. They will on the second. but I don't think they have them on the first planet anymore. If you've experienced that lately in a new playthrough, then let me know. I'm curious. I don't think I have. At least not in normal mode. Maybe in permadeath or survival. But Bob's usually the hostile creature in permadeath or survival, because I need the meat to fix my health. Now the other thing, if you don't want to kill cuddly creatures, that's fine. But the other thing to note is that the meat from those guys is actually pretty valuable and a way to make some early money. I think it's like 500 credits a piece or units a piece or something like that. So I'm going to scan up a little bit just to get some credits, some units. I keep saying credits, I don't know why. But so you got your units up here. I've got 3,700 just from scanning so far. I've got 31 nanites. Those are the nanites that I... Did I get those? No, I don't know where I got those. I must have got those from opening a machine or something. You'll get that from time to time. And then I have 0 Quicksilver. Quicksilver is the third form of currency in the game, and Quicksilver will allow you to purchase items at the Quicksilver vendor, which is skins, it's items for your base, it's cosmetic stuff for the most part. But you can get some cool backpacks, you can get some different player heads, character heads, I should say. Lots of different stuff. Trails for your backpack if you want your fire to look different and cool. And see, we're heading back for this icon, which you can see on the top on your HUD. Now, you notice I'm just tapping as I go down because I don't want to use all of my jetpack at once. And I'm grabbing the resource boxes as I go. And we're back. Okay, yeah, I did not grab all those out. So I got 16 nanite clusters here. Now, this looks like an item you can pick up, but once you pick it up, you put it somewhere, it's going to disappear. So you're not going to see this in your inventory. So I'm going to put that in there, and then you'll notice now I have 47 nanites instead of 31, but I don't have that thing anywhere. Okay, but you have to have inventory space or you can't put them in there, which is odd. Now I have 3 of this left. You know what? The hell with it. I'm just going to throw it out later, apparently. All right, so I'm going to take the ferrite dust, and I'm going to put it in here because it's going to require pure ferrite to make the other thing. I can't remember how many. Pulse engine. Hermetic seal. Let's go ahead and fix that. Yay. Now we got to fix this. Sorry, I clicked that too fast for you to see. Launch thrusters, it's going to take 1 Dihydrogen jelly and 50 pure ferrite. That's what I was looking for. All right, so let's go ahead. No. Let's go ahead and make 50 pure ferrite. Now, I never do this because it takes too long to click. Hello, games, if you're watching, because I'm sure you're paying attention to me. Let me type that in there. I got a freaking keyboard, okay? All right, so I'm going to make 50 of that. And then, let's see. Now, you can experiment with other stuff. Refining it to see what you get. You'll get some interesting things. So I'm going to hop in here and let my hazard protection recharge because it's almost down to 0. And let's go in here. Now, I have the pure ferrite, and I can just click here, and it will put it there. Now I just need to make the dihydrogen jelly. Oh, apparently it wanted me to do the jelly first. All right. Do I have a dihydrogen? Sometimes you'll pick up a jelly in one of those boxes. I do not. Got 255 dihydrogen, so we're looking good there. We only need 40. There you go. Everything is fixed. And now it wants us to take off. Starship prepared. Launch systems online. Awakenings. Exit the ship and collect your portable refiner. Pick up the portable refiner using the middle mouse button. So first thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to move some of my technology around just to make more space. Actually, I'm going to leave the launch thrusters here so I can get a visual on what they look like. You don't want to run out of launch fuel. Running out of launch fuel sucks, okay? So I always want to have extra launch fuel, and that takes 40 dihydrogen and 1 metal plating. So I'm going to go ahead and craft a launch fuel now. Once I craft the metal plating, then this will highlight, so I'll be able to craft the launch fuel. Don't use it because it's going to fill it up no matter what. So wait till it's empty, but don't jump out of your ship and leave unless you've got at least a half a tank, because that's what it takes to take off. Okay? Because you can call in your ship with the Summon Vehicles tab. See? So if I run way the hell over there and I don't want to run back, I can call my ship in if it has launch fuel. If it doesn't have launch fuel, can't call it in, and I got to run my happy butt back. And I will not be a happy butt by the time I get back. So, pro tip, always leave your ship fueled. All right, so we got that. I don't think this 3 is going to make a difference, but let's go ahead and turn that into 19 more nanites, which is nothing. And we'll scan a few more things while we wait for that. Now, the animals are generally going to give you more money, so since I see that guy. Now, you can zoom in to make it easier. It's right-click on mouse button. Right-click on mouse button. Right-click on mouse. That's the button. Now, here's some food over here. We'll go ahead and grab that, too. You'll see this. It's got like a little... It looks like a wheat symbol to me. But that's sweet root. They're all going to have the same symbol if it's edible. You grab that. And you can keep it and sell it. Or you can eat it. And it will give you either hazard protection, or it will give you, what's the other thing called? The life support. So let's go ahead and eat that. And it will say, toxicity levels recovering. So that's giving me hazard protection. Pretty cool, huh? We'll grab a little bit more dihydrogen, because you always need that for launch fuels. And there are other tricks that I could tell you, but I don't want to overwhelm you, so I'm kind of giving them to you as they're needed. So don't, if I'm not mentioning something, I may have forgotten it, but more than likely we didn't need it yet, so I haven't gotten to it. So, nanite clusters, we got 19. And we still got those 3 extras that we're carrying around for some reason. You just check to make sure there's nothing else. What does fungal mold turn into? Carbon. You know what? I'd rather have 8 carbon than 4 fungal mold, because it stacks nicer. So we'll go ahead and do that. And 32 condensed carbon, oxygen. I'm feeling good. All right. One final tip since I'm here by a cave. If you need sodium for some reason, if you're in a cave, you shouldn't really need sodium. Sodium's used for charging. And you can use cobalt and ferrite dust. And ferrite dust is in rocks, which is everywhere. But if you do want sodium, you can get these things right here. Where are they? Is that a marrow bulb? It looks like a marrow bulb. It's not a marrow bulb. If you find a marrow bulb, which are usually in here. Everything's different colors. It's a lot brighter than it used to be. The marrow bulbs used to be yellow, but I think they changed. Okay, that's not a marrow bulb. All right. So we're going to look for a marrow bulb. That will turn into carbon if you refine it. Not carbon, sodium if you refine it. Now you see these little bumps on the right. I'm not looking directly at it, but you see that little bump on the right, top hand right of the screen. That is a hazardous flora. So if I go with my, if I go with that and I look directly at it, it's hazardous. But because I look directly at it, it's going to activate. Now I can shoot that thing from a safe distance, and I will get sodium or oxygen usually from it. So there's another way to get sodium. Now you see there's 2 more right over there. I kind of activated it a little bit. Yeah, I activated it because I looked at it. All right, let's go ahead and use the condensed carbon. Bam, bam, bam. And we'll scarf these guys up too. Now, these guys you don't have to refine. Obviously, they go straight into sodium. Am I seeing any marrow bulb in here? Yeah, here we go. Cave marrow. So you shoot the cave marrow, and you get marrow bulb. All right, so that's the first time I've needed the life support. I'm going to go ahead and use my life support gel instead of my oxygen, because oxygen is a little harder to find at this point for me. Look at this cave, man. These caves have been updated, and they look a lot better. Really glowy. These look like things, but they're not things. They're just there. But there's not something you can shoot. Now, you will find in here gold and silver sometimes, too. And you can scan those, even though you know it's cobalt already. You can scan them and get a little bit extra units. So we'll do that. I thought I saw something that wasn't cobalt. Did I not? They look exactly the same if it's not, so it's hard to find them on purpose. Usually I'm mining up and I realize that, oh, that's not cobalt. Go ahead and scan this rock as well. And you get a primary pure ferrite and a carbon, but because it says I need an advanced mining laser, and I don't have one of those yet. Oh, look at those. Those look way different. That is nice. It's got a wet texture as well. It's kind of dripping. Oh, that looks great. Okay, so that's cobalt and nitrogen. Very nice. Don't need nitrogen really for anything right now, so I'm not sweating it. And I try not to crap up my backpack too much. Alright, so let's get out of here. Feel free to explore the first planet as long as you want. That one had facium as its secondary element. You see there, facium is poop. You don't really need poop for anything. Well, it's you know, I like to carry some poop on me just in case somebody gives me something I don't want. I can give them some poop in return. All right, so let's. Oh, wait. Did I get my refiner? No. Bob, you almost forgot it. So you come over here. Now, grab the stuff out of your refiner. I think it gives it to you automatically, but I swear it hasn't sometimes, so just make sure it's empty. But when you grab it, you will get your carbon back. Now, here's another pro tip. If you don't have any carbon, you can throw down your refiner, and you can put in some condensed carbon in here. If you put condensed carbon to fuel it and then pick it right back up, it's going to turn it into carbon automatically. So you don't have to wait for it to refine. All right, so we're in our ship. We're in first-person mode. I don't like first-person mode. Personally, if you do, leave it here. If you don't, go down, you hit the X button on keyboard, and you go to Utilities, and you can switch your starship view. Oh, here's the new Bite Beat library. Do I have anything? If you want to send me some of your custom tracks, we've got a new tape deck, 8-track player, here. And we've got Dreamers 16... Let's go ahead and add some tracks. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't like that one. Stop. Move up. All right, stop. Okay, so you can move it up, and it looked like it was playing that song, but it wasn't. All right, none of those are my jams, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, back to this. First person. So I'm going to switch to first person view. Now, one thing I like to do, I just started doing this recently, is you can keybind this if you are on keyboard, so you can hit Control and then pick a number, and it will hotkey it. So I've been hotkeying 9 as for first person. So when I come here, I can just hit 9 and go from first to third. Because there's sometimes you do want to be in first person, it's just more helpful. But I like to see my butt when I'm flying, so here we go. So we take off. Ye old man system. Is this a jab? I'm not that old. Come on. Ye old man system. That's hilarious. All right. So now we have orbital flight achieved. If you look in the bottom right, it's asking you to do that. Apparently somebody has joined my game. Which is not freaking cool. Man, come on, don't do that. I'm freaking recording, all right? So let me leave the group. And exit multiplayer, because that's going to affect my system, okay? Not cool, bro. But man, look at the space. It looks so much better now. All right, so now we got to test our ship, so we got to do the flights. It's going to tell us what to do. So W is fly forward. Shift is going to be your boosters, and then spacebar is going to be your pulse engines. So once you do that, you got 3 of 3, you're good to go, and it's going to tell you the things. All right. Incoming transmission. Source. Please identify yourself. I'm Bob. How are you? You are not alone. I thought you were about to say I'm not Bob. I'm like, yes, I am Bob. Follow the broadcast ends as strangely as it begins. The final piece of the signal appears to be a set of planetary coordinates. Input data now. All right, so there we go. All right, and now we have coordinates for a second place to go. Now, you can go here, but if you want to, you can look for the space station, which you can see is that diamond. It's not marked yet, but we could go to the space station first. It doesn't want you to, so it's not showing up on your HUD. But if you really want to find it, there you go. But I suggest following the path, at least your first time through, so that you know what you're doing. So we're gonna pulse over there. Now, your pulse engine is charged in the recharging, which is X on keyboard. I think it's down on D-pad on console. And you're going to need to use tritium to charge it, which you see there. You've got tritium, or what does that say? Pyrite? I thought it was uranium. No, that's launch thrusters. So tritium, you start off with some, but any asteroid field is going to have tritium in it. So don't worry, if you run out of gas or pulse fuel, you can just shoot some asteroids and you'll get some more tritium. You'll be good. Also, you get gold and silver there, so it's a good way to make some early money in-game as well. So we're going to come down on the signal source, and I always like to kind of look around, and I'll hit C as well to just kind of see if my scanner picks up anything. It's not. Now, since the update, since Expedition started, they started this new thing, which really kind of freaking irks me, I'm not going to lie. And it doesn't put you exactly where you're supposed to. See, it's like, this is close enough. But if you hit C, a lot of times, you're going to find something close by. All right, now look at this. So it marked that. That's a Sentinel facility. This is another Sentinel facility that I think, yeah, manufacturing facility that we can break into. And I'm going to do this. You're not going to see this, so don't freak out if you don't see this. But it's it's a target of opportunity, so I'm not going to pass it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find, and that thing is still marked because I haven't landed there, so I'm not going to get lost. I'm going to, where is that thing? There it is. I'm going to go into first person, and I'm going to mess this guy up and get these resources. Give me the stuff. So as I shoot that, I'm getting a lot of stuff, and I'm smacking into that bushy tree pineapple thing as well because I'm not really paying attention. So I'm going to make another pass. I'm going to make sure I shoot all 5 of these. They're all smoking. I've got all the things. I pissed off some sentinels. But dude, look how much that's worth. So if you see one of those, shoot the hell out of it. Did I get... I feel like there might be something else. See, it says the sentinels are searching for me. They're ground-based, so they're not going to find me if I'm flying around. All right. So now I could land at that other thing and break into it, but I don't want to get too far out of whack with this tutorial, so I'll try to remember that's there, and we'll go check that out as well. All right, so I'm going to land where it tells me to, because that's probably what you'll do if it's your first time. Actually, you know what? I see it. It's right freaking here. So I'm going to land right here on this hill. Yeah, and this is where we're supposed to be. Now, if you don't see it, don't worry. Just land where it tells you to. And what it wants you to do is go into your visor and see it says estimated distance, and it wants you to learn how to use this thing, which I don't love, if I'm being honest. If you can't tell, I think it's annoying. So, see, it's telling me it's like, go this way. But this is what you're looking for, a layout like this. A little save beacon thingy, tower here, and a crop of stuff. Now, this is kind of hard to see because of all the flora here. But you notice it's gone, so I'm in the right spot. Source located. Target in range. All right, so here it is. And now the marker has moved to that, so we can grab this. Sparking wires of the machine generate a signal, tapping out its broadcast to the void. Whoever left the message is long gone. Let's decipher that signal. Decoding 161616. Entry, no fuel. Failed to reach station. Hazard protection low. No choice but to underground. Deployed base computer. All right. So whoever came before you, they sucked. They were not good at this game. They died. And you're finding their crap. Okay. They should have watched my tutorials. They should have watched my beginner's guide, but they didn't. And this is what happened to them. We get to pick up the pieces. As well as the log entry, the signal contains plans for the base computer and a terrain manipulator. With any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever is leaving these messages. So we're going to extract the plans. And now we're going to go through the tutorial part where it tells us to... Holy crap, look at that. Oh, it's the butterfly worms. All right, we got to tame us one of those. So in the new No Man's Sky Vision update, you can tame these flyable things. Now, people have told me, I've had like 3 people comment that have said, you could always tame flyable creatures. Yeah, you could claim floatable creatures, but they didn't fly up like that. Okay, it's a little bit different. Look at this guy. Can I feed you? Do I know how to make creature pellets yet? No, I don't. All right, but you guys chill here. All right, so at this part, we're going to learn the terrain manipulator, how to dig up stuff. We're going to learn how to build a base, and we're going to learn how to do a few other things. We will do that in the next episode, guys. If you enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button. Give us a big thumbs up, and we will see you next time. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications so you know when this series comes out. I'm going to put out at least 2 episodes a week. I'm aiming right now for a Tuesday, Thursday, maybe Saturday kind of thing. So again, if you like it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications, and we will see you next time. This is SurvivalBob saying, if you're going to be a Bob, have fun with it, and if you're going to play No Man's Sky, watch SurvivalBob. It's good to do. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care.